Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're having a fantastic evening. Before I go to bed, I'm going to be doing a review. Now, I did a review earlier today, so that's two in one day. It's been a while since I did that, but anyway, I'm going to get on with it because it's late and I want to sleep. This is a Japanese film made in 2009, directed by Shiraishi, and this is called Grotesque. Now, Grotesque has gained a lot of attention because of the fact it was banned in the UK. Now, I don't really think that was a good idea because, if you ban something, then you're going to gain a lot of people are going to become very curious about the film and want to check it out. And no matter how hard you try, if you want to see the film that bad, you can always get your hands on, a downloaded copy or whatever. So the inconsistencies in the BBFC's censorship is uh, mind just mind-boggling. They allow films like Inside to be uncut, but then these films are deemed inappropriate and therefore they're banned. So I'm not here to go over censorship. I've done that in a previous video, so I don't need to go over it again. But anyway, Grotesque, it's a torture film. And it starts off with two characters. They're fairly likable characters, a female and a male. They're kidnapped by the sadistic madman who tortures these people for his own sexual gratification. So he's really messed up in the head, this bloke. And so that's your story. So if you're into horror films with story, then you're not going to find anything here. Now, did I like this film? No, I didn't. Is it a bad film? No, it's not. Now, each to their own. Everyone's going to have different tastes. But these movies really aren't my kind of thing. But, I had to see it because of its um, notoriety. But anyway, uh, this film was actually well made. Now, doesn't have a very cheap look. The look you got in August Underground, that series, had a very cheap, really dodgy looking quality to it. But this film actually looks like some money has been put into it and some effort has been put into it. Now, the sadistic madman, well, this is one of the most sadistic men you'd ever see on cinema. He does something to these two, uh, maybe three-quarters of the way into the film, that was just really, really cruel. You have to see that to find out, because I'm not going to give any spoilers. What I also liked about the film is that the characters. Now, while you don't get an in-depth look into their background, you know enough about these characters to actually care for them. You know that this young female and young male, especially the young male, are likable, good people. So, in a usual film of this nature, you get cannon fodder, just extras who are just put there to die in the worst possible way, and you don't care for them because they're just a cardboard cutout. And yeah, so it is really hard if you don't have a storyline. It's very, very hard to create sympathy for a character. But this film actually manages to do so. Well, for me, it did so. Now, and it has more of an impact when they're going through these horrible things that this horrible guy puts them through. And also at the end, there's a bit of dialogue exchange between the female and the killer or the madman. And from that little exchange and dialogue, you don't know for sure, but you kind of get the feeling that what this woman has to say to this man, she's basically mocking him. And you know that some of what she says has really hit a nerve, so you kind of think that there's more to this psychopath than meets the eye. He's not just some guy on screen who's killing people for no apparent reason. You kind of get a real feeling for that. So this is a head and shoulders above your average torture film. If you're into this kind of stuff, I would highly recommend it. But if you're not into extreme and you like your films with a bit more depth, well, maybe stay away from this one. But I like the fact, although I didn't like the movie overall, I did like certain parts to this film. Now, it also shows the skill of this director and how good this was actually acted. I'm not a great judge of acting, but I can sense bad acting when it happens because you just can't get into it. But this film, the two lead characters, they really come across as decent sort of people, and the killer did a really good job. Had a real look of some psychopath. His eyes just look really, really empty and cold, which is exactly what he was. So yeah, that's Grotesque. I really can't say a lot about it because, as I said, there's not much of a story. It's just basically a torture film. So uh, go into it with a lot of caution. if you're only a part-time horror fan, I wouldn't recommend it to you. But if you want to have a go at it, then just be prepared, because there are some pretty nasty scenes in this. Now, also, I almost forgot the ending. A lot of people have criticised the ending for being absolutely ridiculous. I actually didn't mind the ending. I thought this is typical Japanese cinema. They always throw in something really, really bizarre and just crazy. And if any other country tried this, just like the other film Tokyo Gore Police, it'd come across as really stupid. But for Japanese films, you always have that little bit of insanity thrown in there. But this is exactly what, to me, the film does. Just a bit of, just something to go against the tide of the majority of the film. So you've got something really, really serious. It's going through. It's very disturbing, very brutal, and then at the end there's a little bit of, well, I guess you could say comedy. It was a little bit comical, but yeah, that just goes against the whole film, which I liked, because as I said, Japanese insanity. It wouldn't be Japanese if there wasn't a bit of ridiculousness put into it. Ridiculousness, is that a word? Oh, it is. It is now. Anyway, so yeah, that's my review of Grotesque. Definitely not for everyone. There's only going to be a small selection of people who are into this sort of stuff. So yeah, I recommend it if you like your films like August Underground and all those other kind of similar films. This is definitely better than those mentioned films. So yeah, this is my review. It's really late and I am going to bed. Alright, have a great day guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.